Hi YouTube, it's Dale from Beauty in the Empty Nest, and it's so much fun to be back. So if some of you have been wondering where I was, I have filmed a little quick update video that I should have linked down below just to get caught up on some of the things that have been going on and why I kind of mysteriously disappeared for a while, which I really didn't. Things have all been great, just very, very busy and traveling a lot for work, so it's just difficult to get in and kind of be making some of these videos, but I've really missed all my connections with all of you. So I'm really excited to be back. So what I thought was one of the fun things to do is to start off just talking about some of my favorite products right now. I can't say this is just for the month of July or just for the month of June, or I just went through my drawers and pulled out some things that I'm really liking right now. So I didn't actually, thinking about now, pull out some things I don't like because I don't think I have anything at the moment. But I will start keeping a stash of some of that. So without further ado, if you've not already subscribed to me, I'd love for you to be able to subscribe and join my family. I do plan to get back up and be filming some more videos, and I'd love to have these kind of connections with all of you. So, oh, and also that like button, of course. Thumbs up, give it the like button, and give me any comments and feedback too. I want some of these products that you've used and maybe you've had some problems or haven't liked, or different ways to be able to use them. So without further ado, I'm going to start, first of all, I guess I'll do the typical things that go on your face first. So one of the things I've really been playing around with and I've really liked, it's that number 7. It's a face primer. It's the Airbrush Away Pore Minimizing Primer. This has been a really nice product. It's very light, but it feels just kind of like the edge of being a little bit of a moisturizer, but still also having a little bit of that tackiness, so that when you go to put your foundation on after that, it applies really nicely. It doesn't get like stuck any places, do you know what I mean? But it also tends to cover up a lot of maybe dry patches you might have. I have a lot of texture in my lower half of my face, and I felt like this has done a very nice job with it. You can get it at Target, which is also a real bonus there too. So very much like this. I'll show you a little bit. It's just kind of a clear, well, no, it's got a little white left, so you can see I'm almost down to the bottom of this one. I'm gonna have to purchase some more, and I will purchase more of this. So I have like this, and it just blends in very nicely. Like I said, it feels nice and soft and moisturizing, but not glowy, like a kind of over moisturized feeling, but it still has that little bit of a nice feel, tackiness that, you know, when you put your foundation on, it's smooth, and it does really nice things. So I've been really happy with this one. Number 7, and it's the Airbrush Away Pore Minimizing Primer. Does it minimize pores? I guess it does. It's not one of those that I've bought it for that reason. I just thought it looked like a nice primer to try. So that primer, very nice. And gosh, I wonder if I've just had this thing of I'm really enjoying primers that minimize pores, because now I'm going to show you the Milk, the Blur Stick, which is supposed to also minimize pores, which is not usually what I go after, but it also does a nice job of really just kind of smoothing your skin also very nicely and making a nice medium for, again, similar to this, that then your makeup flows on top. I have been using this just for about a week and a half, so was using this for a lot longer, and now have picked up this just because I heard really great reviews on it. It does a nice job of also helping create a more matte finish too, and the reason I needed this was because there was a foundation I picked up that I felt was leaving me a little too dewy. So, oh, there, my little Calico Malibu. Yay. So if you hear some weird sounds in the background, that's her playing with the cord from the blind. But anyway, this Milk Makeup, the Blur Stick, I've really liked it. What I'll do too, you won't be able to see much from it. Kind of looks like this. You rub it on the skin this way, and you're not going to really see much here on the back of my hand, but you can see it's invisible, even though it seems like it has a little bit of a tint. I can't notice it on my skin, at least my skin color, but it does a very nice job of just creating that nice smooth canvas. And again, I can't speak to the pore minimizing part because I don't really focus on my pores, but it does create that nice canvas, and I really have enjoyed using this a lot. I travel quite a bit, and one of my big tests is whether I buy a second one, because I keep a second stash of my makeup for travel, so I'm not constantly, packing and unpacking. I just purchased a second one for my travel makeup bag. Okay, next thing, let's go right then to foundation, because that kind of moves very well there. I kind of did fall into that YouTube made me buy it thing. I did go ahead and get that Dior Forever. I think it says the Forever Star. I have it in 020. I can't wear it right now because it's a little bit light. I've been out in the sun, and which I typically do not do. Forgot to wear sunblock. Fortunately had it on my face, didn't have the rest of my body. So anyway, I'm tan down here. This is just too light now. I really do like this foundation, and one of the things I like about it is it gives you a nice medium full coverage, but doesn't look like painted on, and it stays all day. It truly does last on me all day. Combined, these two really worked really nicely. I have not been able to use this since I got this, so I'm really excited about trying these two together. But this number 7 airbrush and the Dior Forever foundation, really nice combination. If you want any kind of more in-depth reviews, let me know, and I'll be glad to give this, especially once my tan fades a little bit more. That'll be all good. But really nice coverage. Right now, I kind of have normalish skin. It gets much drier during the winter months, and it gets a little bit more, I wouldn't say oily, but it gets a little more, some T-zone kind of slight oil during the summer. This has been really nice on there. I do have some hyperpigmentation to cover, and also, of course, I want to say fine lines, but they're not fine anymore. They're getting to be true lines. And this doesn't really settle into it. So really been liking this. I'm not going to pick it up in the darker color because I know my tan will fade, but once this is faded, I will be moving back to this foundation. Really did like that, really did enjoy it. Another foundation I picked up in the meantime that I'd heard so much about is that Estee Lauder, the Double Wear Nude. I have tried the Double Wear and did not like it at all on my skin. It just got much too cakey. It was much too matte. It looked like a mask on my skin. I could not get it. It might have been my application technique. It just never really worked well for me, as much as people rave and rave and rave about it. So when I saw this, the Double Wear Nude, come out, I thought, this is maybe exactly what I need. It is, I'm not going to go into depth. If you want more review on it, I'll be glad to do that. It is, as you've heard, very watery. I won't open this any further because I don't want it to spill. I'm on a white chair. I don't want it to spill or anything. I really do like this. It's a little bit too dewy for me, however, in a long duration period. To where I like a little bit of that because it keeps me from looking too flat, but it's a little bit touched too much. So, which is why this and this go really nicely together. Nice coverage. I have struggled with the best way to apply this though. I've tried a beauty blender, I've tried various different brushes, and just applying it with my fingers. Nothing has been fantastic except for maybe one brush, and I'm going to show that to you in a minute. But the other thing that has really helped with this foundation, oh, and I'm in the, right now with my current skin color, I'm in the N31, one of the beiges, I can't quite read it here, but it's the N31. The thing that has helped make this, and I'm actually wearing this right now in combination with this. Yes, another one of those, YouTube made me buy it. It is the Urban Decay, the Velvetizer. I had been, before I purchased this, I had been mixing this with just some of my translucent powder. I have different varieties. I had the NARS one, I had some of the Laura Mercier, I had some of one of the other powders, which is escaping my mind right now, and I'll try to remember if I can leave it below. And I was using it with this, not this yet, but the other powders, and they were working nice, but I decided I was going to go ahead and try this. And I really like this. This is the Urban Decay Velvetizer. I'm going to open it very gently because it is such a finely milled powder. I'm not going to go into the details. Again, if you want more in-depth review, let me know. But this mixed in with this is wonderful. And then I take just a tiny bit more of this as a finishing powder. This is what I'm wearing today, and I have really, really liked it. It's given this a little bit more of a matte side, just a touch, which is what I need, and it also gave it a little consistency that it was much easier to apply. So these two have been very nice together. I have really, 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 really liked them. Now, the thing that's also helped very much is this brush. This is a Sephora, and it's the Pro Mini Coverage Airbrush. So this is just the travel size, but I actually like this. So they make another one just like this with a longer handle, but the travel size was cheaper and I traveled, so it worked well. This combined with this and this worked wonderfully. All of a sudden, it's something about the way that this brush just really applies the density of it, but the softness, and you can get into so many nice areas. I put this brush away, I pull out another one, I try it for a couple days, then I pick this one back up and I'm going, oh, this is why I like this one. It's just a beautiful brush. It works so well with almost every foundation. So this and this have worked really well as well too. So I have kind of, as much as I like beauty blenders, I'm not using them as much now because every time I go back to this Sephora blush, I absolutely love this brush. I said, I put it away, forget about it, or not forget about it, try and use other things, not as happy, go back and use it. I'm like, why do I keep trying to go back to some of these other brushes? So let's see. Another one that I absolutely love, this was a little bit of a splurge, but in the long run, it ends up really covering everything for me. So as I mentioned, I travel a lot now, so I keep a separate makeup bag just for when I travel, so I have to keep unpacking and repacking. And I was finding that I was having all these bits and pieces, and so I was kind of on a search for something where that contained a palette that contained my bronzer and my blush, maybe a highlight, eyeshadows, so it had all those things in one, and I didn't have to have all these little parts and pieces. And I actually found it after trying many different ones that didn't quite work, or I liked part of it but not all of it. I found one and I love all of it. It's the Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Instant Look in a palette. So it looks like this, and it's nice and thin, but it's a sturdy package also. And then inside we have it, of course I have it upside down. You can see that here's the bronzer. Here is more face glow. We have the two blushes, like one's the pop and one's for more of the cheek area, and then really beautiful, beautiful eyeshadows. I have just loved this to the point where I actually even bought a second one just to keep at home because I found like every time I was traveling, I was so happy when I used this, and I missed it when I was at home. So I absolutely love this, and for the price it was around $70, $75 I think, but for all the products that you're getting, Charlotte Tilbury, the beautiful mirror, which I'm not showing you, but basically the mirror is this whole back side here. It really, I wouldn't say it's a bargain, but it's a beautiful, beautiful product. I'm not wearing it today because I had some other products I was using, but if you ever want me to do a little demo showing you what this looks like, I'd be glad to, because they're really, really beautiful. And I can give you some swatches on the back of my hand. I always find that they don't show up as well as I'd like to. Yeah, none of them are quite showing up as well, but I will show you some of the eyeshadows. Hopefully you can pick those up here. And then here's the darker, this darker brown is just a beautiful, beautiful eyeshadow. Really, really pretty. I don't have it on right now. I said I have a MAC paint pot that I put on because I was trying to decide if it was still good or not. Which doesn't make sense. If I just try and decide if it's not good and I'm putting it on my eyes, that's probably not the best way. But, and then here are the two of the blushes, which again, I don't think it does it justice. Just showing you swatches this way. And unfortunately my skin is kind of tan right now, so the swatches won't show up very well. But leave a comment below if you want me to do a little more in-depth kind of a review of that or an application of that. Okay, what else do I have? Lipstick. I have 3 lipsticks. I've started going through where I can't wear a lot of my old favorite lipsticks. Anything that's too dry, it's irritating me now. So I ended up having to give away, get rid of a lot of my old like MAC lipsticks and several others that I had that just weren't moisturizing enough. Just one of those things. Sad time, but it was one of those things I just couldn't keep wearing them. But I have found 3 that I've really, the consistency I love. One of them is one of the Tarte ones. Remember these rainforest ones? This color is Beach Bum. And it's a beautiful color, and I can show you this swatch. So you can see that's there. It's a beautiful, beautiful, very moisturizing lipstick. My one complaint though is because it is so moisturizing is that it breaks really easily. So I have to be really careful because if you wind this up too far, it just breaks over. And I've had several that have already broken. So I love the color, love the way the moisturizing feel of it. It feels so nice and it lasts, not forever because they're moisturizing, but I just can't, you have to be very careful with it. So another one that I've really, really liked is this, and I think it was just a little like one of those bonus gifts. This is from Clinique, and this one I think was called Love Pop. I'll put the colors all down below, but this is another one that is really, really moisturizing. And I'll put the color here. So that's right here. It's actually what I'm wearing right now. And it feels really wonderful. So again, it was this lower color here. Really moisturizing. I mean, just it feels, but not sticky feeling. Just a really, really nice finish and feel. Lasts for a considerable amount of time, but nothing long lasting if it's going to be moisturizing in most cases. One more that I found that is just really nice feeling on the lips, and it is from Estee Lauder. And again, I got it when I got my Double Wear the water. It came with one of those bonus gifts, which is always a nice time too. And I think this is like color 421. I'll list it down below, but it's whatever you can get in that gift there. But here's the color here. Super moisturizing and beautiful, beautiful color there too. I tend to be more into the red brick color, so like this beach bum color is more of the colors if I'm going to wear like a colored type lipstick that I would wear, but both of these feel so good that I tend to wear them because they just feel so wonderful on the lips. So another ones, I'll list this down below, but this one was an Estee Lauder one, and it was one of those bonus free gifts, but I'll put all the information down below because it's a really nice feeling one. Okay. I think I see just 3 more things. I'll try and go quickly because I don't want it to be too long, but there was so many, it was hard to choose some things to be able to share with you. From the drugstore, I have a new eyeliner that I've been loving. It's not that new. I've been using it for like 3 months, but I haven't talked to you guys for so long. But it's one of the Maybelline, and it's one of the skinny, Master Precise skinny ones. So it's in this little pink thing here, and it is super, super narrow. So it does a beautiful job. Like I wear it up on top of my waterline top there, a little bit down the bottom there. It applies wonderfully, it stays wonderfully, and importantly, it doesn't bother my contact lenses too. I love how skinny it is. I've heard this compared to the Hourglass one, which I think is also like a micro size like this, but of course this is a fraction of the price. This one I think is like in the dark brown color. Absolutely love these. When I started finding them, I went out and I bought like 3 or 4 just to have a nice stash of them, especially when they were on sale. But again, this was the Maybelline, and I think it's the Master Precise Skinny Pencil. Love it. And as far as a mascara, this has been one I've had so much trouble with my lashes. They have just been falling out, and I've actually been using some Night Stuff, which I think has helped. I'll let you know more about that too. If you want more information on that, I'll let you know what I have been trying to use. But for a while I stopped even wearing mascara because I had lost all my eyelashes. But finally they started coming back a little bit. So one of my favorite mascaras right now is this Voluminous, the Lash Paradise one. So you've seen this all before. It is one of the fads on YouTube also, but it really is a nice mascara. I get it in the waterproof, and it really does a nice job of coating your lashes but not getting too clunky. I wouldn't say it curls them, but I curl my lashes anyway for whatever few lashes I have. It doesn't smear a little tiny bit, especially when I was wearing this before I combined it with this Urban Decay. That glowiness tends to transfer mascara for me, even waterproof ones. But this Lash Paradise one, I really, really, really liked it. Right now, this is the only mascara I've been using because I really like it. It's nice, and it's drugstore. Okay, one last thing, and it's not a beauty product per se, but it's I don't even know if you call it a perfume, but it's a scent that I just love, and it's jasmine. I got this from Urban Outfitters. So it's just this little, you can see how much I've used. Plus I put a little bit in another travel thing, so I had that with me. But I just love the smell of jasmine, and this is a beautiful scent of jasmine. So I will put it even like on my hair. I will put it on my clothes. It doesn't last for very long, but the scent of this jasmine from this Urban Outfitters, I think it was like $12 for this bottle. It's just beautiful, and I just love it. So Urban Outfitters, really pretty inexpensive for a really nice scent there if you like jasmine. And I'm looking at my tray here, and I think I have hit on everything for right now. I could probably have picked easily a dozen more products, but I didn't want to keep you here forever, even though I kind of wanted to. So please let me know if you've been using any of these products, whether you've really liked them, if you have anything similar that you want to recommend. I'm always open to that, especially foundations. I think that's probably one of my favorite ones to keep toying around with and playing with. Gosh, it's been so much fun to be back and talking with all of you. Well, I guess I'm talking at you, but I'm hoping that you'll be conversing back with me and give me some ideas, some feedbacks, other things that you would like me to be able to cover. In the meanwhile, also go ahead and hit the thumbs up and go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I'm not very regular with my uploading just because of my schedules, but I do plan to try and get out and to at least be uploading at least maybe a video a week. I don't want to put too much pressure on myself. Maybe sometimes I'm more open to being able to do 2 videos a week. We'll see. But let me know what you want to learn about, what you want to see about, what you want me to talk about. And I guess with that, I'd like to say thank you again for being there and listening. And I look forward to ongoing, again, conversation with this whole group. Thank you. Bye, everyone.